Hey everyone, welcome back to RIDERADAR, your trusted pit stop for everything that rolls, roars, and now charges. Today, we're going fully electric and full throttle with one of the most anticipated luxury EVs of the year, the 2026 Porsche Macan EV. The Macan has long been Porsche's best-selling model, and now it's going fully electric. Not just a retrofit, this is a complete reimagining of what a compact performance SUV should be in the EV age. So let's take a deep dive into every inch of this machine and find out whether Porsche just set a new benchmark for electric SUVs. First, impressions. This Macan EV looks nothing like a compromise. Porsche hasn't just electrified the gas Macan, we're looking at a brand new design. Built on the PPE platform, premium platform electric, co-developed with Audi, and it shows. From every angle, the Macan EV is sleeker, sportier, and more grounded than ever. It's about 1.5 inches longer than its gas-powered predecessor, but sits lower, giving it a more athletic stance. The body lines are sharp and tightly drawn. The roofline gently arcs backward into a coupe-like taper, while bold shoulders flare over the wheels, giving it a muscular, planted look at the front. Porsche's DNA is unmistakable. The LED headlights are split. The daytime running lights sit higher on the fenders in ultra-thin strips, while the main matrix LED beams are housed lower in the bumper. This not only enhances visibility, but also gives the car an aggressive, layered front look. The hood is clean, with subtle creases adding tension without being overstyled. The front grille area is largely closed off because this is an EV. It doesn't need the same airflow as a combustion engine, but there are active air intakes lower down that open and close depending on cooling needs, especially under heavy performance. The side profile shows off flush door handles and large, aero-optimized wheels that range from 20 to 22 inches. Porsche's signature side blades remain sculpted into the lower doors to add depth and performance cues. The drag coefficient is just 0.25, a big deal for an SUV and every curve. Vent and line has been tuned in the wind tunnel to get that number. Around the rear, the Macan EV features a sleek full-width light bar that blends smoothly into the rear quarters. The LED taillights pulse as you lock or unlock the car, giving it a dynamic and futuristic welcome. No exhaust tips, of course. But the aggressive diffuser and spoiler lip remind you this is a Porsche first and an EV second. Now when it comes to key features, Porsche has loaded the Macan EV with some seriously cutting-edge technology. One of the biggest shifts is the car's move to an 800-volt electrical architecture, just like the Taycan. This allows for lightning-fast charging up to 270 kilowatts on a DC fast charger. That means you can go from 10% to 80% in under 22 minutes, assuming the right charger. The Macan EV also features a clever system that can split the 800 volts battery into two 400 volts halves for more flexible charging at stations that can't handle ultra-high voltage. It's smart engineering that prevents bottlenecks at everyday stations. It comes with the latest Porsche driver experience system, blending physical controls with touch and voice. A curved 12.6-inch digital instrument cluster sits behind the wheel, paired with a large 10.9-inch infotainment touchscreen and an optional passenger-side display. The interface is snappy, intuitive, and built on Android Automotive OS, but deeply customized by Porsche with their familiar UI layout. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless, of course. There's even a new AR head-up display that projects navigation arrows directly onto the road in real time. The Macan EV also supports over-the-air updates and includes a new Porsche Smart Range Manager, which dynamically adjusts battery management and route planning based on traffic, weather, and driving style. It even recommends optimal charge stops with real-time availability data. You've also got a full suite of advanced driver assistance features. Think adaptive cruise, lane keeping, 360-degree parking cameras, and an optional Level 2 semi-autonomous system for highway driving. Porsche calls it InnoDrive, and it combines GPS data, real-time traffic, and onboard sensors to adjust speed and steering inputs more naturally than traditional systems. Step inside the Macan EV, and it's very clear. Porsche hasn't sacrificed a bit of its premium feel. The cabin is minimal, yet deeply refined. Materials are top-notch, with real leather, Alcantara, brushed aluminum, and sustainable options like Racetex and recycled fabrics. The dashboard design wraps around the driver, creating a cocooned feel, while ambient lighting accentuates the cabin with customizable colors and dynamic themes that can change with drive modes or mood. Seating is sporty yet comfortable. The front sports seats offer 14-way adjustability, memory, heating, cooling, and massage options. The rear seats are surprisingly roomy thanks to the longer wheelbase. The flat floor means better legroom for middle seat passengers. Cargo space is decent, with about 18 cubic feet in the back and an additional front trunk or frunk with room for smaller bags or charging gear. One standout feature is the Porsche sound experience. Since there's no engine noise, Porsche engineered a unique digital sound signature that changes based on how you drive. It's not just speaker-generated gimmickry, it's a tuned, layered soundscape that gives feedback and adds character without being fake. You can tone it down or turn it off, but when active, it gives the EV a soul that many electric vehicles lack. Now, let's get into what really matters: performance. This is, after all, a Porsche. The Macan EV will launch in multiple trims, starting with a base all-wheel drive model pushing around 400 horsepower and 479 pounds-feet of torque. That's already fast, getting you from 0 to 60 in about 4.9 seconds. But the real excitement comes from the Macan Turbo EV, which cranks out a blistering 630 horsepower and 833 pounds-feet of torque. Courtesy of dual permanent magnet motors and a 2-speed transmission at the rear axle. Just like the TE can, that setup gets you from 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds. It's making this one of the fastest electric SUVs on the market. Top speed is electronically limited to around 162 miles per hour, which is far more than you'll ever need unless you're taking it to the Autobahn. It's Porsche's Torque Vectoring Plus, adaptive air suspension, and rear axle steering optional make the Macan EV handle like a much smaller, lighter car. The center of gravity is low, thanks to the battery placement, and with multiple drive modes, you can switch from soft and compliant to razor-sharp dynamics in an instant. Range is expected to be around 310 to 370 miles WLTP, depending on the trim and wheels, with EPA figures likely a bit lower. Still, that puts it in solid competition with the Tesla Model Y Performance, BMW iX3, and Audi Q6 e-tron. And despite all the tech and power, it feels unmistakably Porsche when you get behind the wheel. Sharp steering, immediate response, and a sense of cohesion you don't find in most SUVs. It's electric or not. The battery pack is around 100 kilowatt-hours usable capacity, cooled by a sophisticated thermal management system that keeps performance consistent, even after repeated high-speed runs. Whether you're carving through corners or just cruising through traffic, it feels effortless. So what's the price for this electric beast? The 2026 Porsche Macan EV starts at around $78,000 USD, with higher performance trims, like the Turbo, reaching into the $105,000 plus range once you spec in the goodies. It's not cheap, but then again, this isn't just an electric SUV, it's a Porsche through and through. To sum it up, the 2026 Porsche Macan EV takes everything people loved about the original Macanite's size, its style, its dynamics, and catapults it into the electric future without skipping a beat. Whether you're a longtime Porsche fan or someone stepping into EVs for the first time, the Macan EV makes a very strong case for being your next ride. That's it for today's deep dive on the 2026 Macan EV. If you enjoyed this review, sure to hit that like button, subscribe, tap the bell so you never miss an episode here on RIDERADAR. Until next time, drive smart, charge fast, and stay curious.